I'm Stephanie Nicholson, and for my final project, I decided to do an app named Connect You. Plan less, connect more. So, Connect You is a shared calendar app designed to help students easily coordinate schedules, find mutual free time, and stay connected despite demanding routines. By centralizing personal, academic, and optional campus event schedules, Connect You makes planning simple, organized, and stress free. So the target audience was originally intended for graduate and commuter students who might not be as in touch with campus life. And coming from a commuter, I found this to be a bigger issue. I just don't know a lot about what's going on in campus. But now it encompasses all students. So the main problems were events are hard to keep track of and often unknown. Students fail to remember about events due to busy schedules. Students find it hard to find time to meet with friends. So the main goal was create an app that is centered around organization, keeping track of your events, your own schedule, and has the capability to find time to meet with your friends without the hassle. So with my survey, I asked a few questions about: do you attend events? Do you know your friend's schedule? Do you even use a calendar? And what would you benefit from? Because I was deciding on what features I wanted to include and what's most important to people. So 50% of people said yes to attending events regularly, 40% sometimes, and 10% no. Forgetting about events sometimes was 69%, and all of the time was 13%. Hard to find time to meet with friends. The occasional / depends was 69%, with 13 being yes and 18 being no. Do you know your friend's schedule? 69% was no. And do you even use a calendar? Every day was 50%, and then most of the time was 19%, with occasionally being 6%. And then what would you benefit from? Knowing other schedules was definitely 50%, being organized reminders was 19%, knowing about events on campus was 19%, and to build community was only 12%. So that helped me decide what I wanted to do with the app and overall. So the mission, like I had stated previously, it's a shared calendar app to coordinate schedules, find mutual free time, and stay connected. And just being stress-free. So the logo, by combining the letters C and U, they interweave in a way that creates a deeper connection between the two. The dot signifies a point in time which one becomes aware of the need for connection, organization, and structure. The overall look and feel of the logo is aimed to give warmth and simplicity. So this was my original mood board. As you could probably tell just by looking at the slides, it is kind of different now. I added an accent color, a pinkish orange reddish color, and the slogan and goal of the app is the same. And then original user persona journey map. While developing it, I took it upon myself to use my own self and schedule, and then a very short sitemap. And then these were my first original wireframes. They've obviously changed since then. This was pretty bland, just nothing too exciting. The structure is pretty much still the same, but colors have changed a lot. So these are my main frames. So the big one in the middle is the home page. You get on there, you see your meetup requests and schedule requests. Those are the main things. And then if you go onto your schedule, you see the user schedule. You see your events for that day. You can click through the days by hitting the arrows. And then you can also see the full calendar and slide through those. And then the Discover page, you can find people's schedules. You can see whose schedules you have and which ones you don't. And then events, if you click on that, it takes you to the Messiah page of the events happening. And then settings, just allowing contacts, receiving notifications, reminders, and then color coding events. And then if you you can add your schedule just by uploading a picture, and it will put all the information in there for you. So now actually going into the app, it will open up, so you get your meetup requests. Click on the arrow, you can see all of the ones you have. You can hit clear all if you want, or you can just go back. And then you can hit accept or deny. It will tell you how long ago it was, the name of the person, what they want to meet up for, and the date and the time. This can also be for group projects. Schedule requests, hit on the arrow, you see the amount you have here. If it's more than 2, it will show up all of them on the screen, like the meetup requests. Clear all except deny. It will just show you who the person is and then how long ago they requested it. It says good morning stuff once you get your whole thing set up, and then it shows campus events happening that day that you might be interested in. And then if you hit this calendar button here, it goes to the main calendar and you can scroll through there, and it will have your events. If you click up, it will go into the half calendar, and here you see your schedule, work, and then once you're done with work, it will go to interactive, which is right now, and then it will show that that is completed by filling in that bubble. Then you can go dinner, you can go back and forth. And then if you wanted to add a new one, hit the plus button down there. You can enter it manually, the title, work, interactive, clay, whatever, and then the event type, or you can create a new one. If it's not on that day, you can change it to a different day. And then a reminder is also an option. You can also go to settings, that's here, upload, enter manually, new schedule, back button, and then the profile. It has no calendar here, but if you hit the down arrow, it will have that there. And then you also have the recommended happening today. You can hit go, and then it will say you're attending. It also has how many friends are already attending, and by friends, it means like how many people or how many schedules you already have and who you have. You can also undo that. You can just swipe through, go back, and you can... Home is the logo then, and then it has the date up here, and then you should be able to click, there you go, so you click onto the other one. This was yesterday, so I'd work and wheel thrown, final, and then I can go to that. But yeah, that is that. I also have the discovery page, which finds schedules, and then your peer schedules. You find schedules, you can type in the name you're looking for, and then peer schedules, you can see who you have, and then events. It goes into here, which shows your Messiah's events, and I was going to have that in the app, but because there are so many, I just figured it would be better to just go straight to the Messiah page and you can look them up here. So I figured it would be more of a hassle to put it within the app and then go home. Thank you.